What's up, guys? I'm going to start today's video at Nissan of Tacoma. We are on the dealership here because we're on our way to pick up some parts for the Silvia. They're back from paint, and so I forgot my main camera. I'm vlogging on my cell phone, so forgive me, guys. But I picked up a mirror switch for the Silvia, and I got a fill filter for the GTR. And let's go to Darnell's and pick up all our freshly painted car parts for the S14. So this is the inside of Darnell's, and this is what we've been waiting for, guys. Look at the paint. He's cut and buffed it. This is the spoiler where it was all chipped up before. So this looks good. And we've got the rear pieces, the side spats, the mirrors, and the fender. So they did the new welding and everything here. So this was broken before, so that's going to hold that front bumper beam. And then these pieces were actually cracked. So you can see where they did repair on the inside. They put new tape and everything on it for me. And I'll show you guys this in greater detail when I get home. But you can't even tell that it's all damaged before. Here's inside the paint booth. Pretty cool. So this is the paint booth when he gets done mixing his colors. This is what spills off the gun at the end. That's a mound that's been growing since 1986. Pretty cool. This is Doug's car from Up Garage. That they're getting the engine bay all redone. See, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm gonna come in here and look around, but I'm gonna take off. I'll catch up with you guys back home.
I don't have friends. I got family.
So we are home. Let's get a good look at the new painted parts. You can see that is a really nice finish. They did a really good job where it had that uneven wear in this area. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn close. If you're not looking for it, you're not going to know that it's there like I do. The rear spat pieces look good. These were all chipped up before, so the paint is clean. He cut and buffed this, but he didn't cut and buff the clear coat here, so I'll probably do that before I install these onto the car. Or maybe I'll do it after. I'll probably do it after because it'll be easier to be supported. Mirrors look good. They were all chipped up and nicked up. Paint was all fading off of them. So they look a lot better. This piece, see where we like supported it and stuff. But this piece here was really highly damaged. This whole center section was crushed in, and they did a good job like heating it up and bending it back out and epoxying and fiberglassing the inside. So that turned out really good. I'm really happy with that. So that's going to go on the car. It's going to look a lot better. And today's video, we are going to get all these parts on: spoiler, mirrors, rear pieces I got to save because I have to do a little bit of rust repair on the rear bumper. I got to remove that. But by the end of today's video, we'll finish getting those body parts on, except for these. We're going to finish up wiring up the battery. I got to get a couple more parts to wire this up, but I got the USDM terminals on there. And we're going to get the front fenders on. We're going to get the front bumper test fitted and get the car started and looking like it's ready to drive again. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I've been procrastinating doing this for several months because, as you guys know, working on these types of projects, these are expensive projects and these parts aren't cheap. The labor for paint isn't cheap. That cost me just a little less than 500 bucks. And with the cost of everything else, it all adds up, especially working on the GTR simultaneously, getting this car going and doing the stuff that I'm doing to that. It's not cheap, and it's not like I'm making all this money from YouTube. I'm maybe making like $250 a month, and these parts are thousands upon thousands of dollars for these parts and these builds that I'm doing. So if you guys like this type of stuff, want to support the channel, give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll keep making the builds bigger and better as we go on in the future. But I'll put you guys up on a time lapse. Let's mount the spoiler to get today's video started. These seals go down. There's little nipples, so you gotta put the nipple into the holes here. And that's what kind of holds it into place. This is ready to put on. The brake light in. It's all done. Grommets in there. Everything is tightened up. Good to go. Boom. Looks good. So if you look at the color on this and the color on the rear, this is very close and very accurate. However, when you look at the color here and the color on this, since I didn't paint this, this is like polyurethane or plastic. The paint is definitely not matching because I think there was like a reaction. So I'm gonna probably have to take these pieces in and just have them painted real quick because they stand out really noticeably from the back. All right, let's throw the mirrors in next. Let's see. Gone ahead and finished up all the battery terminal stuff. So these are USDM spec terminals with the US spec battery fit into the S14. And this is a hard battery to find. I did a little video on it before, but if you guys are curious, it's a 151R, and it's the same exact size as the old Japanese battery with the GIS smaller terminals. So these are the larger size terminals. I went ahead and tapped them all in. So that's copper connectors. Just got to throw a little electrical tape on each one of these, and I just used like a brass coupler connection and screwed that into this. So it's all good to go. So I got a new mirror switch because the switch I had was broken, so we can get that slipped in real quick, and then the mirrors will be able to work again. So the old one is on the left, and the new one is on the right, and these buttons were all broken with this old one, so they just kind of flop back and forth. Probably from somebody spilling coffee or something on it over time, where this one clicks. Yeah, because the mirrors won't do anything, so I'm hoping that this will fix that, and it's gonna look nice. It's nice, new and black, and just this one new part. This switch was $70 plus tax. It was imported from Japan, from Nissan of Tacoma. It's not cheap. There we go. Looks good. All right, let's test the new mirror switch. Yeah, it works just fine. Electrical tape's on. It's not the best job. Car starts right up, which I'll go ahead and show you guys now. And I love the sound of the exhaust. It sounds really good. Super loud. I think that's because the Greddy manifold and the bigger turbo and everything just makes it sound good. Are you ready, Julia? Go ahead. Okay, Julia, go ahead. Well, guys, we are picking up some window decals from Sandy's Sign here. I contacted them, sent over some files. Julia, you ready to go in and see what our stuff looks like for the cars? Turn more. Turn. There you go. Go straight. Straight. Okay, watch out for that car. Go straight. We're just driving up to the house here. Okay, turn. Turn. Crank it. There you go. Keep going. Crank it. Okay, there you go. Okay, now start to straighten out the wheel. Other way. Go straight. Go straight. A little more this way. Oh, you did it. High five. All right. All right, let's go look at those graphics. Guys, we're back home, and I got all these decals. They weren't too expensive. They're about 80 bucks. From Sandy Sign. This is the address if you guys live local and you want to get something similar to this made. And I think they're gonna be pretty cool. The one up top is a 10.5. This is an 8.5 inch wide one. And then I also had some QR codes made that I can put on the windows as a graphic. So if I'm at like a car show or anything like that, or like a track event, people could help. It'll help people find my channel and kind of see a little bit more about my car if they're interested. So I thought it was a good idea. It was actually my son's idea. So thank you, Jaden, because I never would have thought of the QR code thing. I'm not sure where I want to place these. I was thinking on the passenger side over here on each one of my cars, or on the back window in the center. So let me know what you guys think. So something like that, and then like the QR code in this area or this area. So I just gotta kind of decide how I want to lay it out. But I'm pretty excited about it. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's a step in the right direction to try to brand my channel and grow it. So I also had my first sample merch shirt show up. So I'm pretty excited about this. It's a full graphic shirt from Teespring. So I had all the art designed from a couple different people. I used an artist on Instagram called Lemon Art to draw the shirt, Skyline shirt graphic. And then this is Fiverr. A couple different artists used to draw the logo for my channel logo. I think it looks pretty cool. If you guys like this shirt and you want to support the channel, I will have it in the link in the description below for my Teespring site. Keep in mind these do run small. This is a XL, and to me it fits like a large, so just keep that in mind. I thought it would be bigger than it is, and it's almost like pretty like skin tight on my arms and on like my shoulders and stuff. And I'm 6'1", 200 pounds. I'm not like that big of a guy. I'm pretty excited. I feel like my YouTube journey is starting to finally go somewhere. My channel's growing. I'm starting to have some merch. I'm getting some recognition. I'm getting people messaging me on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that about car stuff, which is cool. 6 months ago, that wasn't happening for me. So I'm pretty excited. Thank you everybody for the support. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers. I've got a bunch of new subscribers every single day. I'll show you the little list. I look through all those and I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. Made myself a couple of brackets just out of a aluminum, big aluminum long strip like that I bought at Lowe's, and then I just cut it down to a length, drilled it out, and these are going to be my horn brackets that are going to mount the horns to the front because the metal ones on there were all gross. Let's get these on. We'll throw on the bumper beam, intercooler, front bumper, headlights, turn signals, and get the front end back together. Let's get it done, guys. Brackets look like this here. Horns are on there nice and secure. I've got them running in parallel and grounded everything. It'll focus. The old hardware for the headlights is all rusty, and then I got all brand new hardware from Nissan. So it's be looking good. My new Nissan mounting hardware bag's got a lot of them. All new screws. Don't want any rusty crap falling apart and getting seized up. Compared to that old crap, just covered in rust. Disgusting. My fender brackets are all nicely powder coated, and I've got all new grommets and everything. And I think that's what it's called, like a plastic screw grommet. And you can see how it connects underneath, so everything's all new hardware, fender fasteners, everything's all new and looking good. Looks so much better as it's coming together than it did before. The whole thing was just covered in rust and all beat to crap. Especially behind this headlight was all rusted out and just looking disgusting. So it looks good. Everything's powder coated, all the brackets. I'm finishing up, hooking up all the new Breeze hose clamps. Those are gonna look nice. Nice zinc coating on the end. Looks good. Super excited. The hose clamps are all tightened down. I replaced everything with all brand new Breeze clamps. Well, pretty much most of them. These ones are all brand new. These ones are brand new. A couple of them down there are old ones. And these are all new as well. So this is looking good. Everything's tight, secure. You can see how well the Greddy intercooler fits. Like the tolerances are really tight with everything, but it fits really good. So the intercooler fits perfect with the bumper, the front bumper beam, and around the headlights and everything. Fits perfect against the lights. Like they come up nice and flush to it on either side here. Right there. See, I'm really happy that everything's tightened down. And our final step is to put the bumper on. So let's grab that dough look and let's see what this looks like. All right, guys, let's do our first test fit with the dough look body kit, which I have never seen any S14s or 240SXs in the entire area that I live sporting this type of kit. Well, got a little bit of fitment issues. Color doesn't match, of course. It's not nearly the same. This area has to be modified a little bit to fit a little bit better. The issues I'm also having is if you were to tighten down these bolts into the fender, you need the light out, and the light, I don't see any way to fit this thing back in because the bolts have to go into here, and then I can't get it to move past the bumper, and it won't go around the bumper. So I'm kind of stuck there. That's kind of a pain in the ass. Looking at some areas that are tight. I've got it marked out here, so I'm gonna have to trim here on each side just a little bit. These areas right here, slightly touching the core. So I'm gonna trim this back as well on each side. And last spot right there. But look how sick that looks. It looks super aggressive. It's freaking awesome. I can't wait to finish it. But I've been out in the garage pretty much all day today for like about the last 5 hours. And I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go out, it's sunny out. I'm gonna take my kids out to dinner. And then we'll come back in the morning and get this finished up. But yeah, these holes are the only ones that had to be modified, because if you look at how far in that is, the hole needs to actually be like way over here. So I'm kind of etching that out. We'll get the lights thrown in after I modify the bumper. These are the Dmax ones that are gonna look pretty sick. And then we also have to alter the bumper a little bit here for these winkers or whatever they're called, because it doesn't fit into the opening in there. It's just too big. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I gotta just change the opening a little bit there on that hole. That way I can drop these in. But anyway, guys, I'll catch back up with you tomorrow morning. All the bolts and everything on the bumper line up in the front exactly perfect how they're supposed to, with no issues. So fitment is really good. Like I said, just a little modification on the holes here on the side to get those to match up with the brackets, you know, that go underneath the bumper and click into here. It's pretty nice how these still fit perfect, like from the factory, underneath here to give you that lift and that extra tightness and tuck to the fender. There's a guide on the white side and then marked it on the fiberglass side, and I'll pull the tape off and then cut all this off, and then this should be good to test fit. I'll finish altering this other side like this. My improvised workbench, it is a lawn chair with a towel on it. Always keeping it classy, and this is my final day of this project. I think I've been working on this for like 4 or 5 days on my off days for a few hours a day, and today we're gonna finish it. We've got all the main trimming done on this. I got to clean it up a little bit with like a high-speed sander. But I've got all the trimming done. We can get the edges cleaned up and then thrown in the car. Before we finish grinding down the bumper and trimming it to fit, I'm gonna go ahead and take these wheels in and get some smaller tires put on. These are 245 4018s, and they're just too big, they're rubbing. I'm gonna go with a 225 4018, pick up some cheap tires. Because I have brand new wheel liners that I'm gonna put in, and these tires were rubbing before, so I don't wanna wear holes in these brand new pieces. These were kind of expensive, so I wanna get those all installed with the new tires, put it all back together, and then I don't have to worry about anything not fitting properly. So let's hop in the car and get off to Discount Tire. We have dropped off the tires, they're wheeling them in, Discount Tire. We'll come back in a few minutes when they're done. Some errands for wifey. She said she wanted some coconut water because she's has a headache, so we're leaving Target right now. And Julia, you got yourself a treat, right?
Yeah.
Let's go pick up the tires. They should be done by now. And I've got my new JDM sweatshirt on. Not as nice as the other shirt you guys saw in the other video. Here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. A couple of old school, cool JDM cars out here. Toyota MR2. I've always liked the look of these. Don't see them that often. And then we got a couple of WRXs out here. It's a non-STI that somebody's put some STI parts on. You got the big old STI wing. And you got some cool Koenig wheels on there. You guys got some JDM style STI lights, STI front emblem and lip, and no front mount, just a top mount intercooler. It's been about an hour, still waiting on the tires to come back, so I'm going to take Julia to play a little bit and run around in the grass. Maybe run over to Lowe's and grab myself a Rockstar or a Red Bull while we're waiting. All right, we're leaving Lowe's and we've got the Red Bull here. It's super nice and hot out today, so this is a nice refreshing treat while we're waiting for the tires to get mounted up. So let's head on back over there, see if they're done. Figured we'd stop by Sonic and get Julia a little snack. I'd like to order a 2-piece chicken strip kids meal. And Discount Tire is literally right across the parking lot from where we're sitting, so this is perfect. Nice place to sit in the shade and have a drink and get a snack. We got Julia's little kids meal with some chicken strips and some french fries with some barbecue sauce. Julia's happy, right? Let's get some food.
Yep.
We're back home, guys. Let's unload the wheels from the car and let's take a look at these tires. And they're a little bit narrower, so they should hopefully not rub, according to the forums, as far as fitment with Silvia S14 tire side. All right, so these are new tires, look pretty good. I just did some inexpensive ones, Century 225 4018s. These are a UHP ultra high performance, like summer tire, but the tread line's good. It's gonna help dissipate water through those channels and grooves. And this is just a comparison, and these are 5mm spacers, so I'm taking off roughly like an inch in left to right size versus the 245s that were originally on the rear that were on the front. They were just too wide. So I'm gonna clean up these wheels because they're a little gunked up, and then we'll throw them back on, get the car back together. Here's a little before and after. So I've got the barrels nice and cleaned out. We're not sure what this crap is. I don't know if it's just brake dust. I'd never seen that much buildup before. I can see this marked with an LF. So I think this was resold at some point. But yeah, it's turned out pretty good. It's gonna look way better in there than that. I apologize, guys. I know this is a really long video. I hope you guys enjoyed spending time with Julia because I'm pretty much with her every day when I'm working on my car project. So she's always kind of hanging out in the garage with me. So hope you guys enjoy that. But let's get this video wrapped up. It's probably going to be well over 30 minutes with how much film and stuff I have to edit and to try to get this thing put together. I had to modify my bumper. This is trimmed down, and then I've got a new spring clip installed here for the screw to go through the front. This kit comes with the orange bulb, so I can swap my clear ones out from the stock ones and put these in. We get this one mounted, and you can see it's pretty tight the way it all fits in there, but it's nice and secure. Get the side marker on and just slip right in. Get these tightened down, and we are good to put the bumper on. And side markers fit perfect, they look good. And the side markers also came with new orange bulbs, so we'll slip those in. A clear bulb, here's the orange. All the lights are on now. In order to get the front bumper onto the car with the headlights and everything in there, you have to attach this front bumper beam to it. And you can usually just do this piece and leave this on, but the way mine came apart, this stuff was so rusty that I just left it all bolted together, because if I would have tried to undo this before powder coating, I would have snapped all these things off. So it's all bolted up, everything looks good. Let's throw it on the car. So one thing I'm concerned about is that with this front body kit, it's really low compared to the stock bumper. So I went ahead and I used my teen spanner wrenches and I adjusted the coilovers up by about 7 millimeters in the front. And luckily I had these. These are from my old WRX. I had a teen suspension on that from back in the day. So I've had these for like 20 years, just chilling in my toolbox. Let's throw the wheel on and back this thing out of the garage. The front left intercooler piping, and you can see that this is a little tight, so I need to, when I take this back off, trim a little bit more in this area here. Same thing right in here, just at the core of the intercooler. It's a little too tight to where it's touching. It's kind of affecting the fitment. Same thing in this area. And this side I actually took enough off. There's plenty of clearance there, so I just need to fine tune that. But it's test fitted. I don't want to show you guys until we can get a good shot on it, so I'm going to take it outside, wash it, and then I'll reveal the front end. Good thing I raised it. I'm thinking I might have to raise it again. Look how close that is to the curb. Alright, I'm trying to back it in the driveway. And it's not as bad backing up, but it is sure close. And I like the stance of these new tires. I think they're going to fit in there a lot better than the old ones, and I'm at about a 2-finger front ride height, which I think is good. It is a little high probably for some people, but if I go any lower, I'm going to scrape and blow my front end up. So I'm pretty happy with these tires. They don't stick out too far past the side skirt, so I shouldn't really get a lot of rocks kicking up, and they look good. You probably noticed that the light here is straight and this one is crooked. That's because the light is actually touching the intercooler piping, so I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit more, maybe down at the bottom and the top, and try to finagle that to fit a little bit better. But all the plugs and everything are in on the signals and the lighting and everything. But I wanted to get a measurement of the front end, and you can see that the front end is not even 4 inches off the ground. It's just under 4 inches. I mean, that is super crazy low. My GTR is like 6 inches off the ground with the Greddy front bumper. Her fitment is really good. It's flush all the way across the fender here. Fits all the way like perfectly with the wheel arch. So I can adjust that and get it even a little bit better, but side profile carries the arc, which is nice. And this is the driver's side. Same thing. arc is perfectly going across, and the lines follows the lines perfectly. We'll put the rear side spats on after I pull the bumper off, and we're going to address this damage there because I don't want it to rust out. Well guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you haven't already hit that like button, go ahead and smash it for me. Really helps out the channel. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and for what's coming next with the Silvia is we're going to be taking this thing to under pressure racing out towards the Puyallup area, and they're going to be fixing up the intercooler piping and some of the vacuum lines on like the boost control and some other stuff that I'm going to have them take a look at. And beyond that, I'm going to figure out why the Silvia is not running correctly, hopefully try to diagnose the problem and all the issues without having to replace the ECU. But if you guys have made it this far into the video, thank you so much. I know it's a long video, it's over 30 minutes long. I filmed this over like the course of 5 or 6 different days and just have a lot of video put together from like the last 3 weeks that is all kind of compiled together. I'm trying to create just a better quality content that has more things happening besides one little thing in the video. So hopefully you guys like it. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.